Hello, this is Michael Loftus for Loftus Wealth Strategies, another educational video on the charts that I love so much. Hopefully this is going to make things just a little bit easier to understand as you watch my videos and as we meet. So one of the things I always talk about is moving averages and also support and resistance. So I'm going to cover those two today. First one is going to be moving averages. If you take a look here, I've got our overlays. The program I use is called Stock Charts. Simple moving average, and I'll include a link below to each of these, and also a exponential moving average. I use simple moving average, 5-day moving average, 5 days, take the average price. And that's all it is. So if I'm looking at a daily chart, I will pull up generally anywhere between a 5-day, because it's 5-day moving average, right? So it's the last week. I might then add another simple moving average. Okay, I'll do 20 because this is a shorter term time frame. You see them coming on. And then finally, you'll see a 50, oops, don't want to do that one, a 50-day moving average. So now, it's getting a little busy here. Let me put on my glasses. So as I look at this, I see a couple things, right? So one, there's your 5, 20, and 50. 5 is blue. Okay, so it tells us the short-term trend, which we're going to see also in our MACD and RSI. The 20-day is the red and green is 50. So here, I'm going to be looking for a couple things. And this is strictly if I'm getting in or out a particular stock on a daily basis. Because not a daily basis like I'm day trading, but if I'm looking for an entry point, is it above the 5-day moving average, above the 20-day moving average? Is it trending in the right direction, etc.? That's how I use it. Now, in a longer term chart, I'm really just looking at two specific. I'm going to add in the 200-day, and then I'm going to get rid of this. So now I have just two. So in a longer term, this is exactly what I'm looking at. So you'll see there's your 200-day moving average. Pretty long period of time, 27.18. And your 50-day, all right, is 27.95. The average price over 50 days. Those are two big numbers that people are looking for. So now let's talk about support and resistance. So the first support I can look for here is, for me, is the 50-day moving average. That is a key support area. So sometimes I'll go in, I'll click on here, and I can do a couple things. One, our program allows us to pick an auto support. As you see, it's a little thick. Let me thin that out a little bit. So that it's going to show me my 50-day, and you can see why, because we've topped off it here, we hit it here, we hit it here. So to me, that's the first level. If we turn over after today, that would be my first level of support. And then, of course, I would do the same here. There's your 200-day, and I look there. Yeah, but I also look at little bottoms like this area here, because you can see. So I'm looking for support. So if the market is starting to break down, you're looking for support. All right, and then if it bounces off support, it goes up, then you're looking for your upside. Okay, so let me get rid of some of these, get rid of those changes. So looking at this, what is going to be resistance? Well, let me tell you, today we hit a lot of resistance. What did we hit today? A key level of resistance. Well, our all-time highs. Okay, our all-time high was 2882. Okay, which is right over here. I should probably put on my glasses to make sure I'm on the correct number there. So right about there is going to be your upside resistance. Well, what happened today? Boom, we hit it today, being August 21st, hit up resistance and failed. We came back, and this is what I call a hammer candlestick. So that's not a good sign. You know, last week I was doing some things with the charts, and I was looking at some gap resistance. Okay, so that's a little bit tough to see right now. Give me a second. All right, so I'll go in here, and this was gap a week ago. And then you can see we broke above that gap. So that was a good sign, but then hitting that upside resistance at all-time highs. I said before, I think we've already hit our all-time highs for now, at least the short term. Today, we hit it and failed. So that's how we look at the averages, okay? We'll also look at, over time in some markets. You've probably heard me talk about death crosses and things like that. I use those with moving averages. I'll do a video on that coming up. So hopefully it gives you a better understanding of moving averages. The core, the everyday are 50 and 200. Very important averages, especially from support and resistance. And then again, we talked about resistance and support. As you go up, you hit resistance. If you break through, that's a good sign. If you break below support, that is not a good sign. So hopefully you have another way to better understand how I think, and most importantly, how I apply all this to the charts. Thanks so much for watching. Michael Loftus, Loftus Wealth Strategies.